Second quarter getting set. We're underway. For Chester, Henson, Wimbush, Richardson, Gordy, and Hunter.
Chester getting some really easy baskets underneath, Mark.
Again, we saw that last Wednesday when Allen was able to get the ball to the baseline. They hurt Norristown.
But Norristown made some good adjustments at halftime, and they took the big guy out of the game. They're going to have to make some similar adjustments tonight, this afternoon, I mean.
What the Eagles would like to do or seem to do is in order to correct that problem, what they do is put more pressure out front. You just can't get the ball to the baseline.
Also, what Chester's up-tempo defense has done is they've virtually taken John Cresswell out of the game. You know, he's a three-point shooter, but they're right up in his face. He can't get his shot off.
Green 1 for 2 from the stripe. However, now was that a violation, or did he get it? Was he fouled on a three-point?
He was fouled on a three-point attempt.
Thus getting 3 foul attempts, and this will be the third.
Mark, there's not a seat to be had in this whole place. This place is packed.
Hunter working against Green. A 10-second violation against Chester. Chester taking a little too much time, trying to be methodical against the press. Good high pick by Derek Perry, and rolls.
Oh, baby.
Pick and roll. Wimbush double pumps. Draws the foul from Perry.
I tell you, Mark, Norristown is still not cutting the guy off outside. They're letting him come to the basket and attempting to block his shot. And they can't get in that kind of foul trouble, especially the big guys like Derek Perry.
Well, the Eagles' strategy all year has been against other teams' offense when they press. When the other team breaks that front line, they come back and try to swipe from behind. However, Chester's guards aren't waiting. They're going right to the basket.
And plus, they're a little bit too quick.
Chester picks up full court. Harry Allen works against Hunter. Spots Condi Bates on the baseline. Short on the layup. Gordy pulls in the rebound and is fouled by Bates, trying to follow his own miss.
One thing Norristown has to realize is this is a state semifinal game here, and these guys are not going to be intimidated. Every shot has to be put up strong.
Again, Chester taking the time. They're going to have to get the ball over the timeline a little quicker. Wimbush penetrates. Nice move by James Wimbush. However, he broke free and shot the ball a little too hard off the backboard. Quickly up court to Perry. Has a 2-on-1. Now Chester gets back and steals. James Shaw passes off to Richardson for the dunk. 26.
That was a close call, Mark, I tell you.
Harry Allen pumps, steps to Perry.
I tell you, at times during the entire year, Harry Allen has just looked magnificent, Mark.
Richardson wants the ball in the paint. Swatted and saved by the Eagles. Richardson again. This time he gets it. Tremendous sequence there, Joe. Good passing, good defense, good save, and a good follow-up.
We got 10 athletes out here on the court. I tell you, these guys, Derek Perry made a fantastic block on the big guy from Chester's shot. But Chester came right back. The guy penetrated, dished off to him. and he sent it home.
You can't be intimidated by blocked shots in this game. If you get it blocked, you got to come back, and that's what Richardson did. And he fouls again. Won't go, and Perry collects.
Good play by Derek.
Wimbush dogging Allen. Allen works against pressure. Spots Perry on the baseline to Giddens.
Oh, Norristown making some fantastic inside passes right now. But they're taking too many chances on defense right now, and Chester's burning them.
Norristown up 2, 30-28. Hunter spots Wimbush in the corner. That's a 2-pointer. Cresswell having trouble against the pressure, spots Allen in the middle. Had a shot, but gave it up. Harry should have shot that ball, Joe.
Yeah, that's one too many passes. But he had, he's been making some good passes all afternoon. So I think he figured he could get that one in.
5 minutes, 12 seconds to play.
You can't get much closer than this, Mark, I tell you.
Rock Green launches. Short, but Giddens with the follow. That won't go. And Smith clears for Chester. Leads the break. Al Giddens better settle down. He'll get called for a taunting foul.
But these guys are really pumped, though. These guys are really pumped. I think he realizes he got a little bit out of control, but let's get back in the ball game right now.
Connie Bates checks in for Cresswell.
I believe that's Willie Anderson, Mark.
Check that. Wimbush steps on the sideline. Norristown ball. For the Eagles, Anderson, Allen, Green, Perry, and Giddens. Norristown sticking with their 7-man rotation. Chester will use 10. Penetrate by Willie Anderson. That won't go. Here comes the Clippers. And back we go. Allen, bad pass. Up ahead to Carroll, who lays it in. Harry Allen made a bad choice on that offensive possession for the Eagles. That time Derek Perry decided he wanted to dribble. I don't think the Eagles want, or Coach John Cresswell wants him out there. If he can get planted on the baseline, let Harry Allen do the penetrating. Look how many times he spotted Derek already this afternoon.
I think that's part of Chester's plan to make the other 4 guys of Norristown handling the ball. Maybe they can come up with some steals.
Perry will have a chance to tie this game. Well, I thought that was a good play by Norristown. However, Eagle called for stepping on the line. Chester takes over. Loops it to Hunter. Carroll from the baseline won't go. And Willie Anderson collects.
Norristown has to do more of that. Make them shoot over top of the zone.
Oh! That's who we want to handle the ball. Perry called for.
That's his second foul, Mark, so he has to be a little bit careful. They can't afford to have him sitting on the bench.
For sure.
Coach Cresswell might be smart and take him out. So he doesn't pick up that third foul because he's an important player for Norristown.
Ronald Smith connects for one.
Well, it seems like we've been tied the whole first half. These teams are so evenly matched.
Chester up by one. Man-to-man pressure off Allen's hand. Norristown will turn it over.
See, that's what Chester's going to do. They're going to hawk Harry Allen right now. Make Norristown have somebody else bring the ball up.
They have made Harry work this first half. He's had a lot of assists, but last two possessions he's made some bad decisions and turned the ball over. Maybe he's getting tired. Hunter. Chester doesn't want to take that jump shot. Joe, you're right. If the Eagles can get Chester to take the outside shot, if they can corral that rebound, that's good strategy. Oh, nice play. Eric Evans on the baseline.
But when they're getting layups, Mark, they'll continue to take them.
Again, Perry with the dribble, throws it away. Here comes Evans. Norristown has men open up front. Anderson took it to the basket strong and drove the foul. But just when one team thinks they have the advantage, here comes the other team.
Harry Allen getting a well-needed rest right now.
He's worked hard this first half.
I think Chester's figured out that Harry Allen is the only guy who can bring it up and take it right to the hoop. So they're going to put some more pressure on Harry Allen, make the other four guys beat him.
Well, it'll be interesting to see this last 3 minutes how Norristown handles the ball. May have to do it more with the pass instead of the dribble.
Oh! He's been doing it all year, Mark.
Al Giddens sneaks in on the missed foul shot, fouls it for the bucket, and has a chance for a three-point play.
The guy's been undersized all year, going against guys 3 and 4 inches taller than him, but he seemed to get the job done every night.
They list Alfonso at 6'1", and I'm not so sure he's much bigger than that. Perry. Chester with a small lineup having trouble pulling the rebound down on missed foul shots.
But Mark, this, like you said before, this is what they do. They have so many guys they can go to. They're going to put Norristown on the 9 because right now Norristown is not shooting that great a percentage.
Coach Lewis with Millsap, Richardson, and Smith out of the game. I'm sure he wants to get into some pressure. They're going to have to rebound first. Perry puts Norristown back on top by 1.
Neither team tonight has been fundamentally sound.
Evans triple team, taken away by Green. Almost tied up. Here come the Clippers. Wimbush steps in, gets his own rebound.
Rock Green! Oh! Oh! He can do it, he can do it.
Carroll tries to drive through traffic, has it taken away. That'll be a foul on Anderson. Norristown turning the tables on Chester right now.
Tell you, Mark, the action was so fast, I don't see how the referees could make a decent call. I mean, these guys are flying up and down the courts. This has to be a referee's nightmare to try to handle.
I wouldn't want the job. Timeout by Norristown. 2 minutes, 7 seconds left to play in the first half. Norristown up 39-36.
You know, Mark, anything under a 10-point lead is really not a lead because they score points so quickly.
If you blink your eye, you'll miss it.
It's crazy up here.
I believe I still see some fans streaming through the doors here, and we're already filled. I don't know where they're going to put these people.
And you have to admit, this is the type of game a lot of fans like to see. You know, the guys are coming here up and down, and a lot of athletic plays, but sometimes you can lose your perspective on what you're doing.
Derek Perry will now get a rest, well-deserved, for the last 2 minutes of the first half. I'm sure, like you said, Joe, Coach Cresswell doesn't want him to pick up his third foul. Trapped by Norristown. However, Wimbush gets free. That's his second jumper of the night.
He's a guy who can hit that outside shot for Chester, but the other guys have not proven that they can hit the shot.
That'll tie it at 39. Green works. Hits the side of the backboard. However, Willie Anderson is right there to put it back home.
It's good to see Willie Anderson get some quality minutes because he's had a tough time lately.
Chester better get it over, and they do. Wimbush penetrates. Thought he saw an open man on the baseline. Norristown's defense so quick in getting back after they're beat.
But they're still extremely porous, Mark. They're letting the guard penetrate too much to the basket.
Brock Green almost came up with a super play there. Tipped the inbounds pass ahead toward his basket. Just a little too far. Did not have enough room to corral it.
I think Brock Green has played almost the entire first half. The Norristown needs his scoring in there.
Wimbush slides through the double team, stops in the lane. That so often happens after you're short on the shot, you follow up and commit the foul.
Try to make amends because he's actually handling the ball a little bit too much right now for Chester, trying to do too much for him. And that's what happens when you do that. But he's extremely quick, and Norristown is having trouble keeping him from driving to the basket.
Well, he's their best shooter. They don't want to let him get free too often.
Conley Bates with a nice touch for a big guy, Mark. He's been one of Norristown's most consistent free throw shooters all season.
Chester will put all 5 guys on the lane in order to pull this rebound if it comes off. Cross-court pass to Wimbush. Check that, Damian Hunter. 47 seconds to play in the first half. Chester may go for one.
Norristown's guard way out on the front, Mark.
Half a minute to go. I think Chester will now hold for one, if they can. Evans almost went for it. Baseline. Leroy Stillis, his first basket of the night. 6 seconds, Anderson. Maybe on the pass.
I really think the referees are calling a good game. There's a lot of hand checking. There's a lot of reaching for the ball, but they're not calling every little ticky-tack foul. I think they're doing a pretty good job considering the circumstances.
Two by Anderson makes it 45-41. And Norristown will get a chance for another bucket as Chester turns it over in their own backcourt, walking violation.
There's 2 seconds left.
Well, this would be a nice spurt if the Eagles can get another basket here. Green throws it up, draws iron but won't go. But Norristown with a late second quarter surge, especially at the foul line, and with their 2 best players, Harry Allen and Derek Perry, on the bench, push ahead by a score of 45-41.